What movie did you watch?
No.
What movie did you
Movie what?
Vexed.
Fast.
That's right.
Fast.
Did you like it?
Fast.
Did you like the movie?
Movie?
Did you like it?
Like it?
Tell the truth. Did you like it?
Like it?
Yes.
Yes.
Good
Yes,
boy.
Mama, tell me the truth.
That's right. Your mama telling the truth. Yes. Your mama telling
He's
the truth.
17.
17. He will be 18 in November. By the
He's
end.
absolutely gorgeous.
My name is Natalia Dorigo, and I have 3 children. I have a wonderful daughter. She's going to be 28 in November. I have a beautiful boy, Daniel. He's 19. And I have Christopher. He's my youngest. And I think my story is just like everybody else. My mother is a medical doctor in Russia. A very good doctor indeed. And, you know, complete unconditional trust in medical profession. Had kids 18 months apart. Brought them to the doctors. Started noticing that the older one started losing his words, not talking as much as he was supposed to, and the doctors wouldn't say a word about it. They wouldn't point at anything in any direction. And then Christopher, I actually can tell you almost the date we moved here to the island, and he was a completely different child. You know, and right before we moved, we went and completed whatever scheduled vaccines at the time were. I have all the schedules, I have everything written because we had to present it to the schools and whatnot. But he was a completely different child. He never spoke. He didn't speak until 7. And Danny, by 4.5, lost all his language, and the older boy. And all he could do was like a little syllable and running around the table. They were pretty severe. I mean, he wasn't potty trained until 7. He wasn't talking until 7. And then I went to autism conference, and I saw Dr. Wakefield. I heard the stories. I talked to some parents. I talked to some doctors, and we did medical intervention. We couldn't continue anymore. Just financially, we couldn't afford. And they doing, I think, the best they can. They both talk, they both can learn, they both can read. He's extremely smart. He can teach himself anything. He is so good with computers. He is so smart. And my Danny looks like a Billy so much, I can't even tell you. When I saw Billy on the screen, I cried my eyes out. I said, oh my God, this is like a speeding image of Danny. You know, he's wonderful, you know, but my heart goes to them. I don't know what's going to happen. Will they ever get jobs, lives, girlfriends? We don't know. And in the midst of it, my daughter, who's going to be 28, and she's about to get married, when something happens to me and my husband, she's going to have to take care of them. You know, she's going to have to take care of them. And we're trying the best we can. You know, we're keeping the diets up. We stopped completely vaccinated. I actually was fortunate enough to get a medical exemption from an MD doctor, which I've been carrying since 2005. And we've never been vaccinated ever since. And I would never vaccinate my grandchildren. I, unfortunately, is one of those polarized people that I think all vaccines are evil. I would never, ever do that. Never. I don't care what it takes. I have to move back to Russia.
I'm with you 100% on that.
I'm going to have to move back to Russia. The future that they could have had has been snatched away from them. Completely snatched away. There is no return. I mean, if somebody told me that they're going to... I had chickenpox as a kid. It was easy. It was not a problem. My sister had a chickenpox when she was older. Yeah, she had a little bit harder time than my daughter, but we were fine. We were fine. I'd rather they had measles, mumps, rubella, chickenpox, whatever there was out there, all the infectious diseases, together or separate. But this is awful. This is awful.
We're with you 100% on that.
I don't know. I don't know. This is just so inhumane. This is so against anybody's religion, really. I am Russian Orthodox, and Orthodox, we don't study Bible as much, but the more I learn, but we protect the children. We always protect the children. In my culture, you do not eat until you feed the kids. In my culture, you don't go to sleep until you take care of the kids, until they are tucked in bed and happy and healthy and everything. As little food as you have, you share with your kids. And I live through communist society, and I know what it is to have rations. So that's our story, and we have a house in Long Island. Yes, doing good, and they continue going to school. The schools are great. People are very, very understanding. But I did get a harassment letter just a few weeks ago saying that Christopher particularly missing some vaccine. And I called the nurse and I said, well, we have a medical exemption, and she apologized, and it wasn't like she was defensive or anything. She was actually apologetic that we even got such a letter, but the letter was pretty scary. It basically said from the principal that as of today my son cannot attend school, and I'm like, how could that be? This school exists from my taxpayer money, and here on Long Island, I sell real estate for a living. We pay like the highest real estate taxes in the nation, probably. We even higher than California. And how could I not send my child to public school if I pay for that school? This is just totally wrong. And how could somebody tell me what to inject into my sons? The more I study the issue, the more I look into vaccines and the origins of the vaccines, the more I realize that I was lied to for all this time. And speaking of my mom, who is a retired physician in Russia, now she understands that too. She didn't believe me for a long time. But I remember a situation when she came to visit. And we were just after that vaccination situation when they started to withdraw and Christopher started to go away, like not seeing us, not talking to us. They always have their lymph nodes swollen behind their ears. And I asked my mom, I said, Mom, what is it? And she said to me, oh, that's a vaccine reaction. That's okay. And now that I remember this, and I'm saying, oh my God, she told me back then what was the problem. But she just didn't connect the dots. She didn't connect the dots, and she couldn't warn me. She couldn't possibly tell me, be careful, do this, do that. Right, Chris? No doctor?
Doctor.
No more. Not ever.
Doctor.
Not ever. We're done.
We're done.
It's over.
Doctors.
Doctors is over. No more.
Doctor.
No more.
Doctor.
We're going to be healthy, right?
Yeah.
Healthy? What do we have to do to be healthy? We eat. Right.
Right.
That's good. Good boy.
Good boy.
If I write something for him, he would ask me to, and I made a spelling error, he'll absolutely correct me, right? Yeah.
Mom's name.
And your name?
Chris. Mom.
Mom is Natalia, and you
Natalia.
are Chris, and this is Miss Polly. Say hi. I'm so
Hi.
pleased to meet you. You're amazing, right? What's your name?
Yeah.
Tell us your name.
Name.
What is your name?
Chris.
Tell us. What's your name? That's okay. You can say. Chris?
Chris.
Chris?
There we go.
Okay. And what's your brother's name?
Dave.
And what's your sister's name?
Nina.
And what's your daddy's name?
Pete.
And what's your mama's name?
Natalia.